My name is Brian Tran, and I'm going to be talking about my project on social problems involving technology. Starting off with the rapid advancement of technology and social media has revolutionized the way we live, work, and interact with each other. However, because of the rapid advancement of technology, there has been many unforeseen social problems, such as social divide, digital divide, mental health issues, and social isolation and job displacement through automation are all consequences of technology. As technology continues to evolve and influence every aspect of our lives, it is important that we address these issues and how they intersect with social inequalities. Well, what is the problem? Well, technology has created many pressing social issues, like a growing social divide between those with or without access to digital tools. It also increased mental health issues and social isolation, as well as a widespread job displacement and unemployment due to automation. These issues in our lives intertwine, and how technology is developed, and understanding this massive scale helps us consider that these challenges are not at the individual level, but it also affects us as a society. Is it a social problem? Social divide, social isolation, and job displacements are undeniably social. Digital inequality affects people's access to education, employment, and even just civil engagement. Um, Technology also creates mental health problems, which is widespread, not only among teens but also adults. Technology has created job displacement through automation, where it affects workers across various industries, and these social problems affect millions of people around the world, and it's been happening since the start of technology. Uh, which means that these problems are deeply, or have been deeply rooted in our society. How widespread is it? Well, nearly everyone under 30 has a cell phone in their pocket. Um, it feels like in today's time, people are poor communicators. Um, the development of the phone is paradoxical. It was used to help help improve communication, but today, like, it feels like everyone just ignores everything, like ignores their calls, texts, emails, which creates a divide between people. And also due to costs of technology, people may not afford them, which also limits their opportunities and even education. Um, the negative impacts of technology are prevalent in today's job markets as well, as people fear unemployment and suffer from insufficient amount of jobs due to automation. Causes and contributing factors. Well, the digital divide is caused by socioeconomic inequalities and uneven educational opportunities, mental health challenges, and social isolation. They both stem from social media and, most importantly, excessive screen time. This issue continues to grow as social media outlets are able to, develop algorithms that are tailored to encourage people to have excess screen times and to keep people glued to their screens at all times. With various forms of content that's tailored to whatever we like, and just interactions with social media. As technology advances, these issues become worse because of the design and implementation of modern technology that it prioritizes engagement and efficiency over a person's mental health and well-being. Other causes and contributing factors. Automation in the job market is primarily driven by advancements in artificial intelligence and machine learning, and the company's pursuit for efficiency and profit. With the lack of worker retraining programs and other programs necessary for workers and people in labor, work in labor, it becomes much harder for them to retain and keep their jobs as automation becomes more and more prevalent in our job markets. Consequences: mental health and social isolation. As technology is intertwined with our everyday lives, our unhealthy reliance on technology continues to grow. This over-reliance can lead to depression and anxiety, and feelings of loneliness. There was a study conducted between 9,538 adolescents, and found that a higher screen time was associated with several mental health symptoms. Their strongest association was observed for depressive symptoms, with a coefficient of 0.10, meaning that there was a significant relationship between screen time and depressive symptoms. Social isolation can impair communication skills, which can be detrimental to young people and individuals who are just growing up. This is detrimental to them because it's important for them as they're growing and finding their own social identities that they are able to communicate to others and have a social connection early on in life. Consequences: job displacement and social divide. Job displacement due to automation can lead to widespread unemployment, especially in low-skilled industries. This, not only worsens income inequality and increase poverty. Digital divide also restricts job opportunities and education. Most institutions and industries require access to internet, such as like jobs requiring emails, um, and other access to other forms of access to internet, um, which creates a divide and also increases poverty and social exclusion. Who benefits from the problem? While these problems affect the general public, certain groups benefits from these problems. Unfortunately, tech companies benefit from user screen time. By having a long screen time, they are able to collect data and engagement from you and able to use that information and sell that information for their own benefit. And all this is at the expense of the user, money and mental health. Corporations also benefit from these problems. Corporations use automation to reduce labor costs, which comes at the expense of workers as they are laid off. Corporations benefit from the increase of efficiency from the automation and cutting labor costs. Who frames the debate? Well, tech companies often frame these problems as an inevitable side of technology. They also, many tech companies and even media outlets often use the narrative that these problems stem from a person's responsibility, rather than it being a systemic issue. By framing it in this way, it moves the focus from social protections and technology regulations, and putting the blame on the individual. This makes it hard for people to hold corporations and institutions accountable. Who should act? First and foremost, the government should get involved in putting in policies and systems in place that regulate the design and the design of artificial intelligence and algorithms. I think educational institutions should also get involved. They can put courses to teach digital literacy and media awareness. As technology is involved with our everyday lives, I think it's important for many young people and people at a young age to learn about being responsible with technology and media literacy from a young age, especially for the future. I also think us individuals have a role in playing by advocating for change and being mindful on our technology use. Sociologists can also help by conducting and presenting useful evidence and research on how technology impacts mental health, job markets, and social inequality. Their research can help identify patterns that can be used for future solutions to these negative impacts of technology. The role of science and research. Science and research plays a crucial role in understanding and addressing these problems. Technology-related issues such as digital divide and mental health impacts and automation are not only technical and personal problems, but they are part of a complex and deeply rooted social problem. There are through scientific research, we can see how these problems disproportionately affect certain groups based on race, class, and gender. Research can also reveal how social media correlates to isolation and mental health. Voice for change. Understanding technology from a sociological standpoint, it reveals how it's connected to power and inequality. These problems reach beyond an individual's issue, and they are social problems that affect marginalized groups. These problems reflect like broader questions like who's in charge, who has power, and whose voices are heard. As a student, as an individual, I believe that it's important that we voice and advocate for tech inequality, mental health reform, and labor protections. I think being a voice is more than engaging and talking. I think it's demanding action. It's taking action, demanding change from institutions that shape our digital and social realities. Technology is a powerful tool, but it can create real social problems, from social divide, mental health, job displacement. By acting on not only on a personal level, but across institutional corporate levels, I think we can shape our digital futures for the better.